And the Latino for Trump movement is everywhere. It's in the Bronx, it's at the border, it's in California.
It infiltrated rap.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if you look at the month before the election, right, what the polls were showing you is that 70% of Latinos that were listening to Trump and listening to his stump speeches and listening to the insults, 70% of us did not think that he was talking about us when he was insulting immigrants. And so now we are, in this current state of America. And from what I'm seeing on the road and hearing on the road, the majority of Latinos for Trump that I'm speaking to now do feel let down. Mostly, the number one reason is economics. They don't feel like they have enough. They feel let down that Donald Trump made all these promises. And the question is always like, where's the money? He promised, ¿dónde está el dinero? No lo notamos. And then I think the interesting thing then is when you start talking about immigration, more people believed when he was saying that he was only going after the criminals. And now there's like, but wait a second, what about the good ones? Fine. So there's kind of this sense of remorse that I'm feeling. But then when it gets interesting and complicated is that suddenly when you start to talk about crime and when you start to talk about like the chaos in the streets, then is when they start to once again see and feel something in Trump. No, they feel security. They feel empowerment with Trump. And that's why I don't think we're at a point where we can say that like all that 48% of the Latino vote will go back to the Democrats. No, because then that's another question. Like, where are the Democrats, right? Like, what are they promising? That's a whole other discussion. But I think it's too early. It's too early to tell that Trump has lost them.